Hello, welcome to With Wisdom, Embodying Energy, Embracing Seasons. And today we are looking or speaking about the creation process that we see now in our part of the world, that spring is popping up with full of colors and flowers, that everything seems to come from an unseen world to the material world. And Sam and I, both of us, practice this way of calling things from the void, from the dark into life through our writing as authors. So I'm curious, Sam, how is your writing process, or how is your writing going for you?
Well, right now it's like the blossoms. It's just going, opening up all over the world. It's like every moment I'm out, there's like. So what I do is I capture my ideas, little notebooks. I quite like little notebooks because they can fit in a pocket of my coat or in my bag. So they're quite small, so I can capture them. This one is from 2017. And I was inspired by, I've always had little notebooks, but I was very inspired by a little notebook that I found in an old sort of secondhand shop. And this one was written in 1878.
Wow.
And inside, the author writes with the most beautiful copperplate writing in pen, and also cuts out pieces of newspaper articles that inspire the person. This one's called Women and Fine Manners. And I like to do something similar, just cutting out small little snippets, small phrases that might just take my attention.
Mm-hmm.
A bit like the blossoms, which are taking my attention as they open up in the spring right now. What about you, Gabby? What's your creative writing process? How's it going?
Well, I think I live it through the all my senses, no? So you were mentioning one thing is to bring your attention to something that you find inspiring, and then inform your whole being that that's where you want to nourish and take on your inspiration. So I take it from walks in nature. I take it from listening to people that I find interesting, and talking to different people. I take it also from my Qigong practice and listening to my body. So I even feel some words and sentiments or feelings forming in my body. And then, as you, I also have like different notebooks, write ideas, and I
Lovely.
always writing, or even if I write it in my phone, if I don't have it. I have been learning also through the years that when something comes, but because I feel it's like a radio wave, that it's I just need to tune in, and when an idea or something comes, I need to write it down, or pay attention as soon as it comes, because it also flees quite rapidly. So yeah, I give a space to this conversation with life, with the elements, as I said in the beginning, with this unseen world that is forming or willing to take form, and I give a space through all of that, and also through my journal or writing or these things.
Mm.
So
Well,
it's an ongoing life process. It's by living also, no, by the experiences I'm having, and the life that I'm living.
lovely. Do you know, as you said that, that kind of like capturing, it's like a capturing the ideas. I love that. And I'm just going to read just the first stanza, if you don't mind, of a little poem that
Yeah.
this person had written in their beautiful copperplate in this little book. And it's called To Blossoms by Robert Henrick. Fair pledges of a fruitful tree, why do ye fall so fast? Your date is not so past. But you may stay yet here a while to blush, gently smile, and go at last. So there's this kind of longing to hold on to those ideas. And I think we do that in our notebooks. We hold on to them and capture them to be used as a later date. So how have you used your ideas? How have they been kind of added to the world in a different form through your books, for example?
Yeah. Well, I do it in many ways. Yeah, I do it through my books, to my
Mm,
so I have like I write poetry. So I have my first book
lovely.
published 2 years ago, and this year I'm going to present it in a book fair in Spain. So it's
Fabulous.
poetry, but I also do collaborations with people. So I write other kind of books. And so this with German folks, and I wrote in Spanish, and they translated German. This with Latin American. So I think this diversity of encounters also nourishes and gives food to my writing. So I do it through that. I
Mm,
do it also through my Qigong classes because I communicate in the Qigong classes. I mean, we work with reflecting and feeling into the body the different principles of the Tao Te Ching, for example. So, which is the Tao Te Ching. It's a book that you can like use for meditating and let it do something into you. So I also do it through that. I write it through Substack. I give talks and yeah. So it's a communication is a big thing for me.
absolutely. And I love the fact that you are writing with different communities all over the world. You know, that you've got a Latin American community that you've written with, and you've got a German community that you've written with, and you've got your own, you know, kind of Venezuelan community. So that is so wonderful. That is a sharing. It's like the blossoms just spreading out, being
Mhm.
blown in the breeze, and that beauty of your words being shared with other people. My internet might be a bit unstable, but I'm going to carry on just in case. So I've shared my work in my book, The Change Flywheel, which was published last year. And it's a self coaching book for people using my coaching model, The Change Flywheel. And I absolutely loved writing this book, and it has been inspired by many things: my walks, my talks, my client work, my own personal lives, and my own personal life, and how I was brought up has created this book. And the same goes now with my next book, which I'm writing. I think to end today, though, I want to pull on a book that I think is a really useful tool to use if you are a writer. And this is a book that was written, I think, in 1986.
Wow.
It's called Writing Down the Bones, Freeing the Writer Within by Natalie Goldberg. And I'm going to just read a little bit off the back because it explains it so beautifully what this book is about. And she has been a writer as long as she's been a painter, Natalie Goldberg. And this first book, she brings together Zen meditation and writing in a new way. Writing practice, as she says, is no different from any other form of Zen practice. And each chapter, very short, you know, maybe a page and a half, which gives a little kind of like snippets, something that you can just dip in and out of as a writer if you feel stuck, which will help unstick you. But this particular line I love. There is a Zen saying: talk when you talk, walk when you walk, and die when you die. Write when you write.
Mhm.
Stop battling yourself with guilt, accusations, and strong armed threats. When it is your time, write.
Mhm.
So that's what I think maybe we leave today with, because this is a time of growth,
Mhm.
spring. You can feel it. We can feel it in our bones. And with wisdom today, we are embodying that energy. We're embracing the season, and we're going to head off and do some writing, I think. What about you, Gabby? Are you going to write?
Yeah, I find it wonderful. I like that to be accepting, no? So accepting calmly in which season you are, and
Mm,
welcome when writing flows. Give it time and focus. And when is it not flowing, just learn to be in the void. That's also
yes,
rich.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And it's okay, because actually it's in that void that something new might come up.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sam.
Anyways, lovely to be chatting with you again, Gabby. And I hope our listeners and viewers may find a little grain, a little blossom, well, a blossom petal that they can take into their life today. Bye bye.
Bye, Sam.